Welcome everyone back to my Balagarega demonstration series. It has been a very long time since I have tackled on this episode. This is the third episode, and of course, yes, I have been requested to do this gameplay on a certain aircraft. Well, not certain aircraft because, well, I love this aircraft as well. And of course, this has been attempted a majority of times, which led me to getting game modes, and of course, led into so much rage and whatnot. Not to mention, I almost broke my PS4 controller, but nah, I wouldn't do that wholeheartedly. But yeah, it's that sensation because, well, considering the mechanics that like got me off guard and whatnot. But in this gameplay, I guess I could call it a dangerous gameplay. I don't know. Well, either tactical or dangerous. I don't know what kind of gameplay to call it, but a lot of stuff transpired in this gameplay, and of course, some of the strategies I should have implemented correctly in this gameplay. But you will definitely see in this episode of Balagarega demonstration series. I'm very glad to actually getting back to this and whatnot. And of course, I've also attempted this a few other times. There are many other replays of this aircraft that I play, which is Bornum, which is the fourth aircraft from Maho, and along with Gain, Cheetah, and Miyamoto. But recently I've been requested to do the third variant of Bornum, which is the option button of Bornum. And of course, this is this little aircraft, as you can tell from the summary of the video, but you will definitely see what transpires in this episode about radio demonstrations. So with that being said, I want to give a personal special thanks to Camway for inspiring me to do this series. And with that said, let's jump right into the episode, and I'll show you guys exactly what happened. And once again, guys, I did do some other replays for Bornum, which you'll definitely see in the near future. And of course, trust me, they were very haywire, so you'll definitely see those in the near future. But for now, let's review what I did in this part of my Balagarega demonstration series. So hope you guys enjoy, and of course, sit back, relax, and let's watch some fireworks. Now, like I said before, this has been attempted so many times, but fortunately, I've actually gotten the full clearance of Bornum, the C Bornum, aka the third variant of Bornum, and of course, I scored over 15 million. And let's just review what happened. So, first things first, I adjusted my firing ratio to 20 FPS. And of course, the usual routine is collect all the mini bomb fragments from those tanks. Shoot down the drones, grab the metal, and of course, power your shot. Now, there's a secret strategy I perform in this stage. You'll see when we get there. It all starts with the first semi-big aircraft you come across, which is on the upper left. There it is. Of course, I took it nice and easy on this part with the firing because, well, I don't want to destroy it. And you'll see why I do not want to destroy the aircraft, but I want to make sure I power up to this level right here. Once that aircraft comes across the other turret right there, take it down, and of course you get the secret big bullet fragment. That's an excellent secret in this stage. First boss, nose laughing. Destroy the tip. And of course destroy the rear gunners on the left and right of the wings. Destroy the front two propellers and the one up top. Because Bornum's bullets are not piercing, it's easy to score big by shooting the front propellers from the rear side. Because remember, the piercing bullets will not help you score big on the parts that give you big points when you destroy them. Destroy the front propeller. And of course, I decided to extend my milking time on this phase. And of course, many other phases as well on certain bosses. I wait till at least around 15 seconds to finish off the boss, but I want to ensure that I destroy the center gunner for additional points. But first I want to do more milking. So I go right here, destroy the left side of the rocket launcher, intentional suicide for some invincibility, and boom! Total score was 619k. Onward to stage 2, the plateau. Did a little victory dance. Grab the medal, intentional suicide, invincibility, and of course head to those small pods on the aircraft, and of course grab the medals. Of course, I missed that one, which was a major mistake in the stage, but I've actually managed to get the flamingos coming out of their nests. Although I should have waited a little longer before I actually pen it out. Save my bombs and whatnot, because I only need them for Mad Ball. Well, actually for Mad Ball and the next stage. I tried to level up my metal rank, but I failed to do so on those 3 tanks that are on the verge of remnant houses. But fortunately though, I've actually managed to level up my shot power to the maximum level. And of course, a major accomplishment I did was triggering the special bullet pattern for Bornum in the stage before I got to the next stage, which is the factory. Grab that medal. And of course, I missed that too. Another major flaw in the stage. But on the next gameplay you'll see in the future, it'll be better than this one. Although, fortunately I cleared it fully, which is good. Okay, so I destroyed these, and of course I destroyed partial parts because I want to level up my metal before I destroy them fully. Although I failed to do the second one. But at least I'm in a steady metal rank. Next boss is the Mad Ball, as usual. I want to wait till he lowers down fully so I can score 1,000,000 points for not only an extend but additional points in general. Because if he goes a little high, even if you use the full bomb set, you'll still score big but not full big. Although at that rate I score only 600,000. I gotta extend regardless because well, I shot low and scored more points. Now, in this phase for Mad Ball, you see where you have the center core of the weapon. You only shoot the center of it once activated. Don't shoot it too much because you'll damage it too much and you'll miss the opportunity to actually score big points. Although in this phase I failed to do so. But that's okay. Next stage, the factory. So I'm on the maximum metal rank. I failed to do the that strategy fully because well I didn't grab the bomb from it when I thought I did. I bombed this section here with 1 bomb. This is what I love about Bornum. He has a bomb mechanism that has an extended hitbox compared to Gain. Now the only con is that you can't do it consecutively like how Gain does, unless you have a small bomb fragment set. Like how I did on this previous stage with those drones that are worth more points when you bomb them. Yeah. Grab a substantial amount of bombs. And you definitely want to go on a bomb frenzy when you get to the composite parts of the Slayer aircraft in the factory. Of course, I destroyed the center turret a little earlier because I thought I was positioning myself to destroy the left and right side. Now remember, when you destroy the composite parts of the mini-boss, there's a secret to that. Once it lands on the landing pad, you will see the extra life. And of course you want to destroy everything. Not before it gets to the landing pad. When it gets to the landing pad, you have to make sure you destroy all the composite parts. That includes the turret and the other parts of the mini-boss. Now for the composite parts of the Slayer aircraft, you want to damage it enough so you can use a bomb for additional points. Although I failed to do it fully for each one because, well, I kept damaging it too much. Kept damaging them too much. I went carefully on this one, and there we go. Almost winning aircraft for additional points. And of course, take out those guys. The only time that triggered a bomb is when the guns are displayed fully, but if they're in the middle of rotating, they're just destroyed. There's no items, but you score additional points. Next boss is Earth Crisis, the ground enemy. I would have done all of them with a bomb if I hadn't shot too much. So it's on the secondary phase, which is this. Destroy the composite guns. There will be an intentional suicide, because I need more bombs for the next stage, which is the plant. In this gameplay though, I got very serious because of the many countless mistakes that I made in the past using this variant of Boredom. So, I've gotten actually better in this one. Now, because I have 5 stocks for Boredom, I don't want to extend in this stage because, well, if I go over 1,000,000 points, which I did on one stage, I won't get an extra life. You only have this maximum count of lives in the game. That's the rule. So I decided to do an intentional suicide after this stage, and of course go from there. But fortunately, I'll get a bomb set, a full bomb set, in the aftermath of that. So in this phase here, I'm just looking more points from Earth Crisis Indestructible section before I take out the last gun at the bottom, because that's what will trigger the last phase of Earth Crisis. I wait until at least 15 seconds. Yes. Then destroy the core. I actually did pretty well in this one, almost timing out to 0. Alright, so did a little victory dance again. Stage 4, the plant. Grab the option, and of course grab the metal too. What I should have done right here was do the one bomb tactic instead of this right here. That should have been my excellent strategy there. Just one bomb set. That'd been a smooth kill. I triggered the Y formation set temporarily. Come across this big tank. Get a full bomb set from there. Bomb that area. Of course, I forgot to pull the same bombing tactic in this area too. Well, I didn't forget, I just didn't pan it out very well. I just didn't implement it very well. I should have gone a little closer to that tank there to knock it out with the bomb. Bomb the sea vehicles, if you will. Intentional suicide here. You'll see why. Of course, I wanted to lower my shot rank because, well, considering Boredom's wide span of bullets, the tanks can be easily damaged in this phase. But fortunately though, I have plenty of bombs for this next phase here before reaching the boss. I exercised this pretty well, except for the last beam. So this is the boss right here. This is Satanic Surfer, the stage 4 boss. I was very fortunate I grabbed that big medal right there, but I failed to do so on that one when I fell off the screen. So that was a major fail right there. That was a major flaw I had right there. So I knocked out the first phase of Satanic Surfer. There goes a big real deal. And I call myself trying to weaken the 4 top guns right there. And of course use a bomb, but I failed to do so. Of course, this is rather chicken play. You know, that's exactly what I'm going to call this gameplay here. The chicken play, because, well, I got rather chicken on most parts on many stages. Meaning I did not exercise many strategies correctly like I wanted to. But fortunately though, I still progressed. Got an extra life. I surpassed 6 million points with Bornum, which is good. And of course, I damaged the target too early on 2 HP, so I decided to like go easy on the target while milking the points from the mechs, the Stingray mechs, the small Stingray mechs. Fortunately, I had 3 lives, well 4, because well, yeah. So I remained in this state until the boss timer timed out. And by state, I mean the fact that I was milking out points from the small Stingray mechs that aren't really coming out. The only time you get those to come out when you destroy the 4 guns up top and the 2 side guns, not side guns, but the one underneath them. Alright, so got past that stage. We're now on stage 5, which is Cloud. It's past 6,500,000 points. 500,000 points, yeah. Okay, so I got an option. I'm going to trigger the homing formation, but I failed to do so because I got shut down. Well, I didn't get shut down, I just triggered the bomb too early, and it destroyed the propellers. My intention was to miss 5 bomb fragments, show 5, well actually collect 1, while the 5 fall, and of course trigger the homing formation. The homing formation for your option makes it very advantageous for many gameplays in Battle Garegga. And of course, I triggered my secret bullet pattern for Bornum again. Now keep in mind, if you want to trigger a formation, if you miss more than 5 of the items you want to miss to trigger a certain formation, just collect 1 item. And remember, it leads to a rank increase. If you're playing the actual arcade mode of Battle Garegga, it leads to a rank increase. I did spontaneously well in the bombing portion of the stage. And considering Bornum's bombing widespan, this tells me, it might tell you that this is your aircraft. Well, it depends on the circumstances. I also increased my firing ratio to 30 FPS, which is the firing ratio that you'll definitely need for when you go against Blackheart, Mach 2, and other aircrafts that you might have a hard time going against. Of course, I failed to bomb the other aircraft correctly like I wanted to. We're going against Nose Laughing again, the Enhanced Edition. You know, I've been inspired by many Bornum players for Battle Garegga because, well, there's this one gameplay where a guy was, well, a player that played as Bornum on the last stage going against Blackheart, Mach 2, and Glow Squid. He actually inspired me to play Bornum a lot, considering the bullet pattern and how he played the stage very well, the last part of stage 7, which is the airport. That's why I main Bornum too. And of course, I did a major mistake in this part because, well, my intention was to have a full bomb set for Mad Ball 2. Of course, in the last phase of the Nose Laughing edition, the Nose Laughing in this edition, he shot at me, and of course, he triggered my emergency bomb, Panic Bomb, which led me to a major disadvantage to score big on Mad Ball 2. Died here. Kept shooting at it, but fortunately I got an extend from it. I was like, come on, man. I had to do an intentional suicide here, though it might not work out very well considering that I damaged some of the parts of the Mad Ball too. Fortunately, it's going easy on me considering that I had a slow variant of Bornum. The first weapon was a laser, the second weapon and third weapon was this. The only thing that really gets to me, that really irks me a lot, is this. The windmill form. But you have to really dodge. Although you can fire a little bit to kind of like trigger the little slow motion effect, but try not to damage the Mad Ball too much. So I got 7 million points from that bomb, which I guess is good because it's leaving me close to scoring more. And of course, I destroyed the small parts of the Mad Ball too. Went very diligently on this phase. I think I might have failed to actually shoot the core again, like how I did on the first time I went against the first phase of him. And of course I did. Fill out that one, I mean. So now we're moving on to Slayer, the last Slayer aircraft from the factory. Bomb the wing, get the bombs. My intention is to trigger the home information on the next stage. I'll also bomb that wing. And of course, the usual routine, bomb the entire aircraft with your bomb. But use it wisely. I went ahead to get the options to increase my firepower a bit. And of course, if you destroy the tip of the gun right there, you score more points, but if it's damaged, you can't do anymore. That's an excellent milking strategy. Especially when the core of the Slayer is way up top and you're still shooting at it. That's another milking strategy too. And considering that I'm using the highest firing ratio, it makes it advantageous to score more with any aircraft you use on Battle Garegga. But if you do it on arcade mode though, it may lead to a massive rank increase. Got an extra life, missed 5 bomb fragments, good, good, good. Next boss is Blackheart Mach 1, or Blackheart in general, or for short, you know. The infamous of all Japanese cinema bosses, if you will. And of course, truth be told, Blackheart and Blackheart Mach 2 are very fun bosses to go against every now and then. I know these two bosses and Glow Squid made cameo appearances in Armed Police Batrider. I mean, the game's alright and whatnot, but yeah, they made their special appearances in the game. So I started by milking off the wings of Blackheart. I've never been as unfortunate considering that it didn't spawn any missiles for me to shoot down and of course earn items. On to the second phase. Dodging all that deadly weapon. And of course, I believe this is where I over-exceeded the extended, because well, as you can see, I have 5 lives, and of course, closing into my next extend. I should have suicided, because well, I needed the bomb to implement a certain strategy, like how I did with Diving Fox. The bombing tactic. Had I done that, I would have scored more points and of course collected more medals. And of course, I exceeded the extend. Have over 10 million now. Still going strong in the last phase of Blackheart himself. Of course, I did die at a certain point. I was fortunate enough that I dodged that shotgun that he had, but I felt such a noob because I didn't dodge this right here. That one single pixel bullet. I ignored the option because, well, if I grab one of those option icons, I'll trigger the home information too early, and of course, it'll be a chicken play trying to take out Blackheart that easily. So I just took him out straight away with my regular bullet. So we're done with the cloud stage, defeated Blackheart. Now we're down to this stage, which is the base. I now trigger the home information. Of course, I missed that bullet fragment right there because I wanted to trigger the secret bullet pattern again. Destroy the separate parts. I was able to get a substantial amount of medals in this part. Now for this one, this is the balance strategy I was talking about. Well, first I take out the left side, the left one first. Wait for it, and now. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. A very great strategy. Knock out these guys. And of course, take out these guys as well. Don't forget to grab the medal there. Trigger the secret bullet pattern here. Although I lost it because I got shot down in this part. Yep. Grab 2 options. Move carefully around the volley of cannon fire. And of course, trigger the milking phase. Now remember, either leave 1 or 2 of the orange Vulcan firing guns and destroy the top part of the gunner of the blockade. I'd say I got a decent setup here with Bornham. I waited till around before 20 seconds hit to finish off the target. And of course, I got a little chicken there. Okay, so moving on. Got shot down and I missed the big medal, which was a very... I wanted to really scream at the top of my lungs when that happened, but fortunately it paid me back with a bomb set, although I missed getting another full bomb set from that one. But fortunately I triggered the... Well, actually, no I didn't. But What was shocking at this part was I triggered the homing formation in the most strenuous of phases in base, the tanks. I couldn't believe that I actually missed 5 bullet fragments at that time, knowing how tough it might get, and triggered the homing formation from there, which was very miraculously dangerous, yet exhilarating at the same time. Like, I couldn't believe my eyes. So I bombed the spawn of the tanks to earn them 2 medals. Remember not to miss one. Would have gotten 50,000 points if I hadn't used my bullets and just let the bomb do its work. If I have enough bomb, that is. That's how I should have done it right there. I only scored 50,000 on that one laser tank. You want to make sure you grab every single medal you come across, and the ones that are falling down too, when you bomb the tank spawns. I destroyed that one too early with my bullets, leading me to a bit of a scoring disadvantage. And of course, I did the same thing like how I did on the very first laser tank. Shoot while bombing. But, hey, at least we're still doing good with Bornum. It's been a long time since I played Bornum. And of course, I missed the big medal. Dang it. Well, actually, I didn't lose it. I forgot that I actually grabbed that one quickly before it lowered the medal rank. Now we're inching our way towards the next boss, which is Junkie Monkey. Here goes. I try to get as many bombs as I can for the next stage, because we'll definitely need for the most legendary and iconic moment in that stage, which is bombing and going against Blackheart Mach 2. Alright, so I was very fortunate enough to have the homing formation for my option form in this stage. You want to have this when you go against the secondary phase of Junkie Monkey, which is this. Although I did this one very poorly on the last phase because, well, I kept getting shot at, and of course, it kept triggering my bomb set to be used, my full bomb set to be used, upon milking from the Junkie Monkey's arms. Like that right there. I'm just like, just great. This is the only thing that irks me every time, like, when it comes to scoring against bosses like these and many other big scoring sections of certain stages in this game. It really irks me that they shoot me and of course they trigger my full bomb set. I just have to be careful. But at the same time, I don't want to get shot down because, well, once you get shot down, it's, well, basically a wrap. That's your last life and whatnot. Like I said before, this has been attempted so many times. The whole entire playthrough with this variant of Bornum. And I've been requested to do this variant of Bornum, but it's not that laborious considering the different settings that I have for this playthrough. Now in arcade it might get very strenuous and of course it might stress you out in more ways than one, but in this mode where they had to fix settings like in terms of grabbing the medals and whatnot, the mechanics and of course other settings for boss HP and whatnot, it's actually less stressful. And of course the rank graph too. The rank graph setting for this playthrough was the premium edition. Meaning that it has some of the correlated settings of the premium mode, I'm assuming, yes. And of course I got an extra life, I forgot to mention that. Sorry about that. still in the milking process of Junkie Monkey stage. Just continuing through and through. Part of me wants to ask unremittingly, where in the heck did they get all that artillery? I guess in this case, it's for me to know, for me to find out, which I won't because, well, I've already been the boss anyways. Which makes sense, yeah. Almost close to timing out. So I went ahead and finished the job. There we go. For the next stage, I triggered the testing pattern, this right here, the firing pattern. Because you got fast drones coming in. Like those guys, yeah. But you don't want to do that effect too long because, well, you'll get shot down. I bombed the rear afterburners of King Crimson, the mini-boss of Stage 7, Airport, the last stage of the game, as usual. Wait till a timeout occurs. I'm just over here toying with the rear gunner here while I'm just waiting for the timer to come to 0. Okay, so we're moving along to the next phase, which is this. More drones, the 2 gunners, and yeah. But each of those gunners were worth 10,000 points. I know for a fact because I saw this one guy playing as Miyamoto. It's a different Miyamoto player, not Kaede-san. And he had the homing formation triggered for Miyamoto, right? And he actually used the homing options to destroy the guns that keep spawning out of the spawn right there. The 2 spawns. And each time he shot him down carefully, he scored big with 10,000 points each time he shot it down. I mean, destroyed it. Okay, next phase. This part. And of course, you'll definitely need a bomb for the debris when Glow Squid comes out of the core. Although in this section, I triggered it intentional suicide because I need more bombs. Because I want to need them for Blackheart Mach 2. Here we go. I take out the side guns off screen with my options. Very good strategy, if you will, but just to let the thing shoot you down. And here we go. Bomb down. Successfully scored 500,000 points from the bomb. I mean, with the bomb. And here we are in the last section of King Crimson. Score's looking mighty good so far. We're still going strong. We got this. But in the other Born gameplays that I'll bring to you guys in the future, they'll definitely be much better than this one. Even though I did pretty good, but hey, practice makes perfect. Alright, destroy the King Crimson's core. Now we're inching towards Blackheart Mach 2. Don't forget to grab the medal too. You definitely want to be on the lookout for the medal drops from these guys. Because if you miss it, it's a wrap. There he is. There's that bonus section I was looking for. I said that because he actually shot the missiles on the first set of weapons. There goes that. And this again. Destroying the wings for milk points. Tick points. To think he would fly that freaking high off camera. Now, as you can see, the HP is not affected because that's because he's flying way up high off camera. And trust me, this son of a gun really triggered me on certain gameplays. And of course, he did that too. And I was so freaking mad when he actually flew up high and got me so messed up when I was on my last leg. When he timed out, I tried to avoid it. Well, I don't want to spoil that gameplay. That'll be coming in the near future. Intentional suicide because I need more bombs. Right here. Although I missed the one option. Extra life. What is suicide more? But I got a little chicken like I did mere child's play upon this stage. Well, I did do a few intentional suicides because I needed more bombs to bomb this grenades that he drops. But fortunately, I got this so far, the grenades, and not the spiral shooter. Intentional suicide. Now I'm down to 2 options. And of course, fortunately, he didn't fly to the side. There goes that thorn on my side, the spiral shooter, along with the grenades. And of course, he did it again, with the railgunner too. I went ahead and almost killed it quickly. But before that, this occurred. The grenades. I was like, I am freaking done with you! I kid you not. So we destroyed Blackheart Mach 2. I kind of feel bad for him, but hey, we can always battle him again. He's fun to battle against though. So, I'm thinking like this, can I make it with no option, or I just grab one option, so yeah. Triggered this, and of course got another option, so it led me to a bit of an advantage to go against Glow Squid this time. So this is the final boss, Glow Squid. We're almost done, guys. Stay with me. I try to gain tick points from the side wings of Glow Squid. I was actually surprised that I managed to get past this son of a gun in a slow aircraft. The spread shooters were a real problem. Now, here's my thing about the Glow Squid's weapons. The spread shooter is a major flaw. It leads you to a major disadvantage compared to the other weapons. The Vulcan is no problem. The flash bomb, you just gotta be careful. The rockets, in spite of its indestructible rockets coming out, is still manageable. And laser, you definitely want to watch out for the laser. But it's no problem really. Now the spread shooter, it's far from those 4 weapons of the Glow Squid. Although I went ahead and killed Glow Squid early because, well, I kind of got frantic, my heart was pounding like heck. But fortunately I got to extend, and he triggered my full bomb set. But I didn't need it anyway because, well, we're already down to the last phase of Glow Squid anyways. Here we go. The usual routine. Milk. And grab. This son of a gun is full of surprises, isn't it? Glow Squid. Scored him a little higher if I didn't act all chicken-like. Yeah, this is definitely what I'm gonna call this gameplay. Chicken play. Because what happened here was mere child's play on my part. But at the very least though, we cleared the game fully. I was pretty impressed how I dodged those bullets like that. And wait till you see the other Bornum gameplays that I have, the Bornum playthroughs. But you will see one with the game over too. Because what happened on that one was totally insane. So first comes that next time, and after that will be the actual playthrough of my favorite variant of Bornum. Then comes another game playthrough. Cause I got really serious on that playthrough. And of course, I died there, but game over for that stolen gun. Woo! So my total score for Bornum option variant is 15,533,000 points. Yep, there you have it. Requested by a fan, and of course, I didn't think it would be that conceivable actually. Although I did clear premium mode with this variant of Bornum as well. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be that suckish to actually pan out with this Bornum, but hey, at the very least though, we did it. So guys, that concludes my third Battleground Record Demonstrations episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it to the fullest. I will see you guys next time on the next episode. And with that being said, this is your Reploid / Inkling himself, Super Reploid TLE. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye everyone.